Hello, FCC high schoolers. This is Bethany, and I am outside because the weather is nice and I cannot be in my house one more minute. Hopefully, you are all getting some chances to be outside, but staying away from people and staying healthy. I miss you all. I can't wait to hug everybody. So, I am here with our Mark 15 devotional today. Mark 15 is a little long and it's very dark. When I first read it this morning, I was like, oh, this is just rough. Like, it just makes me angry for Jesus. It makes me sad. It's, Jesus's trial and getting falsely accused. And then even when Pilate knew that Jesus had done nothing wrong, and it says, knowing it was out of envy that the chief priests had handed Jesus over to him, but they still ask for Jesus to be crucified and to be killed. And so Pilate agrees, and then they beat him, they beat Jesus, they mock him. So it's physical and emotional torture. It's just it's yuck. And reading this, I have just that righteous indignation, kind of that righteous anger of like, this isn't right. This is unjust. I don't know how you guys are, but if I'm ever in trouble for something I didn't do, I get so mad. I get so upset about it. And I have to tell people, I have to argue. I have to make people know that I was in the right and I wasn't wrong. And if people next to you in school are making noise and then the teacher gets mad at you for it, it's I can't just sit and take that. I have to argue and make things worse and get in more trouble then. So that's how I feel with this whole thing. I just want to be angry and argue, and I don't know how Jesus just stood there and took it all and just listened and was peaceful about it. I would not have been peaceful about it. But the stuff I want to focus on is the end of Mark 15 with the when Jesus actually dies. And it says, with a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. This is Mark 15, starting in verse 37. With a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. And when the centurion who stood there in front of Jesus heard his cry and saw how he died, he said, surely this man was the Son of God. Some women were watching from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James the younger, and of Joseph and Salome. In Galilee, these women had followed him and cared for his needs. Many other women who had come up with him to Jerusalem were also there. So it just struck me, there are several things there that even in the midst of all this darkness and pain, that there's still good things happening. The main one being the curtain of the temple being torn in two. I just love that. I don't know if it literally ripped to shreds in the temple, or if it is metaphorical, but we do know what it means. We know that it means that God's presence, which had been confined to the temple and only accessible to special priests, is now accessible to everyone. That God's presence has been opened up. It's not confined to just one place or a few people anymore. It is, hi, my kids are here. But it's for all of us now, that you don't, we all have free access to God's presence because of what Jesus did for us. So that's what I was thinking about. And then the centurion seeing that he was the Son of God, despite everything that was happening, is pretty amazing to me. And then go women. The women were the ones there till the bitter end, actually watching the end of the crucifixion. So they were with him all the way until the end. And the other thing I was thinking about was just as dark as Mark 15 is, Mark 16 is coming tomorrow. So I think any story about Jesus that ends with his death is incomplete, and actually really irritates me. Like if I see a play or a movie or something and it's like, and then Jesus was crucified, and I'm like, you didn't mention the best part, the resurrection. So despite the darkness today, the light is coming. So tomorrow will be the good news, the resurrection. So after Mark 15, Mark 16 is coming. So find some encouragement in that today. And I love you all. Mwah!